Finding good staff can be very difficult, but also keeping the good staff that you have is just as important. So today we're going to go over the top 4 things that cause good staff to leave. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Neil Winteregg, joined as always by Dr. Greg Winteregg, CEO of Matterhorn Business Development. And you can find out more about his book, Fun at Work, down below if you want to have more fun at work. If you don't buy the book. Now, today we're here to talk about the 4 things that cause good employees to leave. And especially during these times when it's hard to find good employees, you do not want to be losing staff that you don't want to be losing. Now, if you want to lose them, that's one thing. We'll make a different video about that. But today we're here to talk about why would an employee leave and cause you to have to hire and train and start the whole process all over again. And there are 4 key things that we have found through a lot of success that could actually cause good employees to leave.
And we're going to go through these 4 in no particular order. I can just tell you from my 40 years in business, this is exactly what I've run into. So the first one I'm going to talk about is not enough responsibility. Does it make sense that somebody would actually leave if they haven't been given enough responsibility? Heck yes, they're a good employee. They want to know that they're contributing. They want to know that they're earning their keep, but also they get bored. They want more responsibility. They want to create something. And so my suggestion is just walk into their area and give them a problem. Like take a problem and say, you 3 people, I have this problem. Please solve that for me. And blah, blah, blah. And at the end, in 90 days, if you solve this, there's, $250 in it for each of you. So give them more responsibility. I mean, don't you get bored?
Yes. A bad employee wants to do less. A good employee always wants to do more. Exactly. So if you don't give somebody enough responsibility or things to do, then they actually get bored and they don't want to work there anymore, because if they're going to be there for 40 hours a week, they want to be engaged and they want to be busy.
And they will start looking for greener pastures, I guarantee it. So be sure that you're giving them enough responsibility so they stay engaged and creative in their job. All right, now, number 2. Is kind of the reverse of that, not being asked for feedback. You know how valuable a person feels when, how about you? Can you tell me what your opinion is about this? And you're like, well, sure, I'd be happy to tell you my opinion. Why not walk into an area with 1 or 2 or 3 or 10 employees and say, how are you guys doing? If this is your company, what should I be doing around here? Or I need feedback on this project. It doesn't seem to be going so well. Just ask them. And then also in brackets say, listen, I need you to be honest. Nobody's getting fired here. Just lay it out for me. What can we do better? So being asked for feedback. See, again, that's elevating the person's value on their job. And it makes them feel better about being there, that they actually get to give their opinion and somebody's at least listening.
A good employee usually has good information for you as a manager to be able to work with and operate on, because they are doing that job all the time, whereas you are only overseeing it or doing it part-time, or maybe it was something you used to do all the time and then you hired somebody. Well, as time goes on, things change. And so getting feedback from somebody can actually save you a lot of time, because they're the ones who are actively doing that job and therefore have the most recent information on it.
All right, number 3 is no praise. And I've been as guilty of this as anyone. I mean, it's real easy to kind of get in the mode of, listen, I'm paying them to do their job. They know their job. Why don't they just go do their job so I can go over here and do my job, and then they're just going to do their job and I'm going to do my job. And there's never any communication or feedback or praise. So the point here is they do want to feel valuable. They do want to know that they're doing a good job. And I don't care if they've been there for 5 or 10 or 20 years. Just walk up to somebody and say, you know what? You're really doing a great job around here. You take all this pressure off of me. You handle this, and I really appreciate that. That'll last for probably a month. I'm not saying you should only praise monthly, but whenever I'm working, I like somebody to say, hey, you're doing a great job.
Absolutely. People really want to feel connected at work. And the whole point of us really as people is to work together and to solve problems together. and to feel like we're doing something for another person. That's really what we're doing. And so if I'm at a job and I don't feel like anything that I'm doing that I know is doing really good things for the company is being noticed, I'm going to go somewhere else.
All right. Number 4, not enough training. So it's okay for me to walk up to somebody and say, listen, I need you to do this. If I've trained them on how to do this, or I have a training manual or a video or whatever, but it's probably not going to work out so well if I just walk up and say, hey, I need you to do that, go figure it out. There is a certain percentage of the population that will take that on as a personal challenge, and they'll find the training videos or whatever, and they will go figure it out. But here's what I want you to know. Your employees want to do a good job. If they feel like they're doing an inadequate job, they're probably going to leave because they don't want to do a bad job. So it's on me to provide proper training so that they have the tools to do a good job, and even tools. Let's talk about the right equipment, the right software, the right whatever, because people really do want to do a good job.
And I'll also add to that you can't get mad at people for not doing a good job when you have done nothing to ensure that they have the tools necessary to do a good job. I can't hire you and say, fix this for me. And then you don't fix it and I go, you're fired. It's hard to find good staff. It's hard to find good bosses too. So you have to make sure that you're actually doing something to put that person in a position where they can succeed. Otherwise, it's kind of like, okay, here's your harness and some rope, and you're going to climb that mountain. And then you come back and you're like, why didn't you climb the mountain? It's like they don't even know what they're doing. So you as a boss or a business owner or whatever it might be have to make sure that the people underneath you have those tools available to them.
All right, so here's the bottom line. We know Pareto's law, the 80%, 20% rule. 20% of people are going to be trouble, et cetera, et cetera. But I am here to tell you at least 80% of your staff, 80% of your employees are there to do a good job. They want to help you. They want to help the customer, but they need some of what we're talking about today in exchange. And in today's tough hiring market, you definitely want to do these 4 things, avoid these 4 problems, and keep your great staff there and make your good staff great.
So if you learned something new today, hit that thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and also look at our Adventure to Profit program, which you can find in the description below to apply to work with us.